Hello, for this video we're talking about the discussion technique of a back channel chat. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to backchannelchat.com. This is the website I prefer to use in my classroom. There's other ones as well. YoTeachApp.com is also a really good one to use in the classroom. What's nice about a back channel chat is it is free for teachers and students. There are upgrades that you can pay for, but the free version does pretty much everything that you would need for a back channel chat. So to set up a room, you would click try for free as a teacher. You would enter your email address, your display name, and whatever title you want to give this particular discussion. And then you would click start. For your students to join, they're going to be over here on the left where it says join a chat. They will enter their display name and the code that you give them. And then they will click join as a student. So when you click start, this is what it will bring you to. You'll see that I've titled this back channel chat room Remote Learning PD. And you can see that the users over here are myself, the moderator, which is shown with the graduation cap, Ms. Capel, and then you'll see your students underneath here. I entered two of the same name, but they'll have all of your students listed there, and they'll give them just a generic character as an image. Some first things that you'll want to know is under the settings tab, you'll want to click options, and in this you can add a password to your back channel chat room. I highly advise doing this. It protects you and your students from outsiders joining the classroom or inappropriate activities happening. You can also allow or disallow embedded materials. This, if you want to throw in a YouTube video or an image to students, you can also do that in the back channel chat. You'll just want to make sure that it is allowing you to embed those materials. The other thing under settings is the invite button. This is where you'll find the code to give to students. The code is right up here under sharing code, or you can send them directly to the link right here by copying and pasting. You could enter this link into Schoology, you could send it in an email, you could write it on the board, however you want to distribute that information to students. The teacher sharing code is only if you want other teachers to join your back channel chat room. So if you want students, you'll use this code. If you want other teachers to use it, you'll use the separate teacher sharing code. Okay, so what a back channel chat is it's basically a chat room to have in the classroom. So there's a few ways you can use this. You can always use it for check for understanding and useful discussions. So what I like to do in my classroom is I kind of use it as a discussion jump off. So I might type, once everyone's in the back channel chat room, I might type Q1 as the moderator and then ask them a question. So I might say, what is one thing you learned in class today? And I'll throw it out there for them to see. And then it will be up to the students to answer that question. And to answer the question, they will type A1 for answer to question 1. And they will say whatever it is that they learned. So I'll give you an example of what it looks like when it shows up. So it will give the student's name and it will say A1, answer to question 1, I learned whatever they wish to say. And what's nice here is you can click on this pin and that will keep the question at the top for students. And what is great about that is because it's automatically going to update as students enter in answers and responses, students who are still responding to the question or who are taking a little longer to process will always be able to find the question at the top. So that way they're not seeing all the answers to the questions and they're not trying to scroll back to the top to find the question itself. It will keep it at the top for them. And when you're done pinning that question, you just click the X right there and it goes away. You can also pin a student response. If there's a response to a question that you think is really outstanding or that you want to discuss right then and there with the whole class, you can pin that response to the top, have every student look at it, talk about it, and then you can unpin it or exit out when you're finished. The other way you can use a back channel chat is you could have your chat room open during class and students can just pop in questions as they need to. This is going to be particularly helpful if we move to remote learning. You could be Zooming and giving instruction in one window, and you could have your BackChannel chat open on the side in another tab where students can ask questions as they come up. That way you're not stopping your entire Zoom lesson. You're not interrupting the whole class. They're able to just ask questions as they need to. I particularly found this useful in summer school, virtual summer school this year, as students, when they would ask a question in the Zoom, everyone could hear their question, and some of them were a little shy and didn't want everyone to hear their question. So they were able to use the BackChannel chat, and they could direct chat to the teacher, and they were able just to ask me a question. BackChannel chats can be particularly useful if we go to remote learning and you have office hours. Rather than having to constantly refresh your email, you can just open up a chat room and students can pop in and ask their question. You can directly answer their question, and they can leave the chat room as they need to. I think this is easier perhaps than email communication because it's instant and you don't have to wait for your email to load to respond and wait for the student to then recheck their email. They can instantly ask you a question and you can immediately answer that question and give them feedback. So this is just a couple of ways that you can use a BackChannel chat. Again, there's backchannelchat.com, but there's also yoteachapp.com, both of which allow you to use a BackChannel chat.